How much do you work? Honestly, if I break it up, the work-life balance is 8, 8, and 8. 8 hours for sleep, 8 hours for work, 8 hours for play. And that's generally what we all want on a daily basis. But I know we all work much more than that when it comes to housework, cooking, cleaning, taking care of your children if you got them, commuting, extra time at the office. Your leisure time starts to diminish quite a bit. And we end up bleeding some of that leisure time into our sleep time, which is why a lot of the world is so sleep deprived these days, right? But really, if you had to guess, how many hours a day do you work? Hello, everybody. Welcome to Rojo Reads the News. I am your host, Paul. Remember, if you like what you see, please consider supporting me. Today's article comes from Global Times. Overwork had Chinese people's leisure time drop to 2.42 hours a day. I know many people who, I don't know how they work as hard as they do, really. I mean, in my town here, it's not so bad, but some of the larger cities, Shenzhen, Guangzhou, most definitely people are always working. Chinese netizens on Tuesday spent part of their limited leisure time in heated discussions about overwork and the health problems it causes, following the release of a new survey that shows Chinese people's leisure time had dropped about 25 minutes to 2.42 hours a day since 2018. China Economic Life Survey, which was released by China Central Television, showed that 40% of respondents have 1 to 3 hours of leisure time per day, while 25% have less than 1 hour. The statistics struck a chord among many netizens who work and commute long hours. 60% of survey participants said they have to work hard to meet the basic needs of life. Just over 59% said they work for raising children, and 44% said they work for caring for parents. Yeah, that's part of the culture here. It's now, you're not just taking care of your children, you're also taking care of your parents. People between the ages of 36 and 45 said they face more family pressure as they are the generation in the middle. Many netizens said they feel exhausted after working, just want to sleep, or complain their long commute home gave them no time to relax. Chinese worked an average of 46.5 hours a week in 2018, an increase of 22% from the decade earlier, according to media report. Overwork impacted people's health and leading to early death has made headlines from time to time. Housework also took away from leisure time. A net user shared her schedule on China's Twitter-like Sino Weibo. Finish work at 7 p.m., pick up the child, cook and do other housework. Caring for the family usually ends at 10 p.m. The net user wrote that she then has an hour to make arrangements for the next day. Even 2 hours of leisure time is luxurious for me, the net user said. Many people also discussed how the coronavirus has changed their schedule, and not always for the good. I initially thought working from home was a good idea as I didn't need to commute, but later I realized that the boss expected us to be on call 12 hours. A Beijing resident surnamed Sun said, noting the longer work hours forced her to keep checking her phone frequently while doing grocery or sports. That is something I do want to comment on. I remember a few years ago, like a decade ago, I had a job and the boss was inconsistent with my work hours. So I would go to work, I would work, 8 to 10 hours per day, work very, very hard, and then I'd want to go home. And he would constantly get me on my phone saying, hey, I need that report. Can you call me? Can you fill me in on this? Can you call the office in Florida? I need you to wake up early. And this was my time. As far as I was concerned, this was my time. And I got fed up with it. And I told him, look, I no longer have a cell phone. I'm getting rid of it. He thought it was crazy. Everyone thought it was crazy. But the truth is, I literally got rid of my cell phone. Well, what really happened was my cell phone broke, and I just didn't go buy a new one. I had a small phone that my nephew used to use. It was just like one of these little flip phones for emergencies only, but I told nobody about it. And I checked my email, my social media on my time. And he told me, he's like, I will buy you a smartphone. I said, nope, I want to live my life without a phone. And I did that for about a year. It was wonderful. Let's see if any of you can do that. 88% of the respondents to the China Youth Daily Survey felt their use of mobile phones had increased since the pandemic. The annual China Economic Life Survey has been conducted for 14 years, and 130,000 answers were collected this year via questionnaires and an online poll probably via the phone. So, honestly, take stock of it. I'm curious. How many hours a day do you work? And I'm not just working for your boss or your job. It's also your daily life needs. You know, taking a shower, brushing your teeth, taking care of your children, doing laundry, matching socks. You know, all of this stuff I would consider work. Commutes, I have a hard time believing that is work. You know, even if you drive in traffic, and I've done plenty of that, I find that commuting to be quite leisurable. So there are times when it can be frustrating because you just want to get home and get on the couch. But, you know, you listen to music, you listen to radio, you listen to the ball game, and you're in generally comfortable conditions. If you have to take public transportation, then there's always putting in your headphones and escaping from work for a little while or reading a book. What do you think about this? Comment below, let me know.